All right, guys, back again. This is the free NBA Daily Bets podcast show. My name is Eric. You can follow all my official plays at Twitter at Easy Money Wins. And let's jump right into it. Yesterday was a winning day for me, 2-1. Really proud of my discipline. I'm getting back to my roots, guys, and it's producing more winners than losers. So really happy with that. Clippers team total over 112.5 hit. Lakers and LeBron at the buzzer gave me the money line winner. 76ers was the only loser of the day. Their team total over 116.5. They did not get there, but the full game total did go over. So live and learn. Two bad teams. Just take the over. Don't try to guess which one plays better than the other. First game up, we have the Dallas Mavericks at the Orlando Magic for the Thursday, March 27th slate. Line is -7 to the home favorite, Orlando Magic. Total is at 219. And let's take a look here. Anthony Davis, I know, is questionable. He should play, guys. He should play. He played the last game. 2 games before this, and then he sat the second night of a back-to-back. But he looked good in that game that he played in, like physically moving around and everything. PJ Washington is out. Caleb Martin is out. Brandon Williams is most likely he's questionable, but he did play 2 games ago too. So I do expect both Anthony Davis and Brandon Williams to play here. They got Spencer Dinwiddie, Clay Washington, Max Christie, Najee Marshall, Kai Jones, Dwight Powell. Like they should be in good shape here for the Orlando Magic. Now for the Magic, Cole Anthony, he is out. Pretty positive about that. Let me just double check. Yeah, he's doubtful, and he's been missing some time with his toe issue. I don't know what kind of, if you got some type of turf toe, plantar fasciitis type of thing. I don't know. Who knows? But Magic have won 3 in a row. They've covered 3 in a row. Now they're at home. No back-to-back for them. Dallas is no back-to-back for them either. They're at Chicago on Saturday. So the biggest thing for this game, guys, is just Dallas games have been going over. They've gone over the last 5 games in a row. They might have gone over the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've been going over, guys. They've been going over. Let's see where they're at on the year over-under trends real quick. I don't want to go too long on this game. Let's see. Dallas is now 56%, 41-32 to the over this year. And just in general, guys, this has been an over year in the NBA. There's been more overs than unders for sure. A lot of teams just flying over, and I honestly don't think the books have adjusted enough. I really don't for a lot of these games. I still think there's plenty of money to be made on betting the overs here. I think the over 219 here is a good look. Dallas plays no defense. Magic do play defense, but the Mavericks, the way that they're playing right now, they just carry these games over because they don't play any defense. So the other team scores a lot, then Dallas scores a lot because the other team, it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it's going. So I lean over 219, and then for the spread, it's kind of tough. Obviously I like Anthony Davis playing. I lean +7. I don't feel amazing about it, but that's the only way I could look in this one. Next game up, we got the Indiana Pacers at the Washington Wizards. Both those teams played last night. Like I said, Indiana lost by 1 at the buzzer to LeBron James at home. And the Lakers, let's see how many minutes they played in this game. They're at Oklahoma City on Saturday, and then they're back home after that. The Pacers are. So let's take a look here. 39 minutes, Andrew Nembhard. 32 minutes, Halliburton. 36 minutes, Pascal Siakam. 35 minutes, Miles Turner. So nothing too crazy. Nembhard's a young guy, so nothing too crazy there. Halliburton only playing 32 minutes kind of has me thinking maybe he plays here, but it's the Wizards. He didn't play the second night of back-to-back against the Wizards before the All-Star break, so I lean to him not playing here. That's just my hunch, and maybe they said Siakam and Miles Turner too. Who knows? They don't respect the Wizards, guys. And with the Damian Lillard DVT, deep vein thrombosis, Basically, it's like a small blood clot potentially forming in his calf. You know, he's out for this. He's out. It hasn't been official yet, guys. But just like I work in the medical field and stuff. Like everybody I'm talking to, like it's the same thing. Wembanyama has in his shoulder. Like you have to go on blood thinners for like 6 months or like 3 months, and like he's done, guys. They haven't announced it officially, but his season's done, guys. Out indefinitely. I'm telling you, it means he's done for the season. He's done. He's not coming back, guys. So Indiana knows that, like, whether they're the 4th seed or the 5th seed, oh, damn, I guess the Pistons are kind of making a push for that 4th seed a little bit. They need to win this game, guys. They need to win this game. There's only, like, 10 games left in the season. I lean to Halliburton playing in this game, guys. Maybe Middleton and Marcus Smart playing this game for the Wizards. I mean, I guess we'll take a peek at how many minutes the Wizards play yesterday in the win at Philadelphia. Let's check the Tankathon standings here. So the Jazz have 16 wins, Wizards have 16 wins, Jazz have 20, Hornets have 18. So I mean, it is what it is, guys. Wizards are not going to be looking to win this game. I can tell you that right now. They're playing a little bit better post All-Star break. A.J. Johnson, 34 minutes. Jordan Poole only played 22 minutes. That's freaking crazy, guys. Jordan Poole only played 22 minutes, and the 76ers at home couldn't get it done with Quentin Grimes playing 33 minutes. Like, that's pitiful from the 76ers, guys. Just absolutely pitiful. So, spread-wise, we'll take a quick look at it. Minus 11 for Indiana. And over-under's 236.5. Wizards don't play any defense. I kind of like Indiana. If everybody plays for Indiana, let's see. It's going to be 118 plus 5, 123.5 maybe for the team total over for the Pacers. I don't mind it. I honestly don't. I think they get there. I mean, they got 119 at home against the Lakers. I mean, they can definitely get 5 more points against the Wizards. So, Indy team total over. Only way I could look in that game. I won't take minus 11. I think Washington might actually keep it within 11. Next game up, we have the San Antonio Spurs at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Spread is minus 13.5, minus 14 to the home favorite Cleveland. Over under is 238.5. And now, like I've said on the podcast a couple of times before, there's a couple teams on the road that just give up points, guys. That's Dallas, that's Utah, that's San Antonio, that's Washington, that's Philadelphia. Like, those 5 teams in general, when they're on the road, they're giving up points. Giving up a shit ton of points. It's mainly because of their injury situation. San Antonio, they're playing a lot of small ball. They don't have a center with Wembanyama out. They're starting Jeremy Sochan at the center. He's a smaller guy. Bismack Biyombo doesn't play a ton, even though he is like their tallest guy on the roster right now. And, they're not going to go away from it, guys. They're not going to go away from it because they've been winning. They've won 5 out of the last 8 games. So, and in all those wins, they've gotten over 120 points, or at least 119 was the lowest that they scored in those 5 wins. And then, and in the 2 losses, the other team got 145, 125, and 122. Like, they're flying over the totals, guys. Cleveland's playing a little more defense of late, which is kind of, I don't know. It's interesting because they've been a clear over team, like the most over team in the NBA. Let's see where they're at now. Yeah, they're still the number 1 over team in the NBA at 64%, 46 and 26 on the season. Like, their games just fly over, guys, fly over. And so San Antonio, my fault, guys. Just a second. Turn that down. All right. So, they play at home against Boston on Saturday. Do the Spurs. So, let's take a look at Cleveland's injuries. Donovan Mitchell going to play here. Let's see. Donovan Mitchell looks good to go. Evan Mobley is out. So that kind of makes me feel even better about the over, just because they'll probably play smaller. They'll probably start. I don't know. DeAndre Hunter's a defensive guy too, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let's take a look at the Cavs really, really quickly, and then we'll move on from this game. So they had a rough road trip. They went 2-3 on the road trip. They've lost 4 out of their last 6 games. They did beat up on Utah and Portland to end the road trip. So they've won 2 in a row now. Front end of a back-to-back. They have okay, hold on now. They have a much more important game Friday at Detroit. I mean, I don't know how much important it is. I mean, let's take a look at the standings. Well, Cleveland's only 5 games up on Boston. I know there's 10 games left. Like, it's very improbable that Boston catches Cleveland. But again, maybe Cleveland's eyeing the best record in the NBA. They're 2 games behind the Thunder. So maybe they still think about that if you want home court advantage in the finals. Maybe that's something they go for. I don't know. But, playing the Pistons, it's their old coach. It's the last time they get to play their old coach, most likely for the season. Potentially. But, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Home cooking. I don't know. Kind of weird spot for them. First game back off a long road trip. I don't love it. Only way I can look is Spurs plus 14. It's the only way I could look. I actually might get there. I'm just kind of nervous because I took the damn Spurs plus 9 against the Pistons. They got blown the heck out. But they shot poorly. If they didn't shoot poorly, they would have covered the game most likely. Same here. I think that they play better offensively and shoot the ball better, does San Antonio. It would be 119 minus 7, 112, and then to get to 112 points. I'll think about it, guys. I'll think about it. Next game up, we got the Atlanta Hawks at the Miami Heat. And this is a good game to bet on, in my opinion. Heat minus 1.5 point favorites. Total is at 227. And the biggest thing for this game, guys, is that, Atlanta's one of those other teams, guys. They don't play a lick of defense on the road, does Atlanta. They just don't. And Miami snapped their losing ways. Let's see, before I look at their schedule. Duncan Robinson's questionable. Alec Burks is questionable. Everybody else is good to go. Andrew Wiggins is back, playing well. So let's see. So they've won 2 in a row. This is the final game of a homestand. They're at Philly on Saturday, at Washington on Monday. No back-to-backs coming up. Like, they have a chance to win all 3 of these games. And if they win all 3 of them, they have a chance to get out of the 10th seed into the 9th seed, get at least one home playing game, and then have a chance also to maybe creep up into the 8th seed. Maybe. And then you have at least 2 games to get into the playoffs. So, the Heat do want to make the playoffs. Prideful organization. They're going to try their best. Obviously, this is a big game for Atlanta too. Trae Young is probable. Everybody else is good to go here. Let's take a really quick look. I know Atlanta, they just lost at Houston, but they covered. They've covered the last 4 games in a row. And so no back-to-back for them. They actually have 2 days off. They're at Milwaukee on Sunday. This is a big game for them. They lost last time at Miami on Wednesday, February 26, 131-109. And, this team just, they don't play well on the road. They lost at Brooklyn. They lost at Miami, lost at New York. Well, I guess they were kind of playing well before the All-Star break. Post All-Star break, they beat Memphis at the buzzer, kind of. They beat Charlotte, but, they haven't played a lot on the road. So, now, second game of the road trip, divisional opponent. I don't know. Miami, they lost. During that huge losing streak that they had, they were playing a little bit better towards the end of that losing streak and covering games and playing games tight. I like them to continue here. They shot the lights out the ball last game, but I like them to get the win here, guys. I'm looking at Miami. It's the only way I can look. Over under. Hawks are just an over team, man. Houston had them wrapped up in the first half. Atlanta didn't score that many points in the first quarter. They were struggling, and then Atlanta just does what they do. They just sped up the pace, and even Houston, which has kind of been an under team of late, that game went over. So tough spot here. I guess I'll only look over. I really don't feel great about it, but with Atlanta, I'm not looking to bet unders, guys. Next game up, we got the Memphis Grizzlies at the Oklahoma City Thunder. And man, this damn Thunder team just I mean, guys, this team is just an anomaly. ATS, like against the spread. They're the best, like, yeah, and it even shows, guys. They're 65% on the year. This is like one of the best ATS seasons, like in NBA history, like that I can remember, like in the past 20 years. To go 65% this late in the season, and like they're not only just like covering like medium lines, they're covering big ass freaking spreads, guys, like this against good teams or against talented teams. Like for the Thunder to just be covering double digit spreads all the time is just unreal, man. Like, I mean, I've tried to get, I don't even call it cute. I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't know what to say. Like, the Thunder will have 4 guys out. They'll still win by 10. It doesn't even matter. Like, I don't know what's going on with these teams that are playing against them, but in my opinion, like, teams should be able to stick closer to this team. They just should. Like, they shouldn't be getting blown out by 15 points every single freaking night. I'm telling you, it's not sustainable. I don't believe the Thunder can keep winning by double digits all the time. With that said, with this game, the Grizzlies are just... I know they beat up on the Utah Jazz last game, but they were losing, I think, right before halftime. And then in the second half, they just blew Utah out of the water. Utah was like, crap, hey, chill, we can't win the game. And then they let go of the rope. And Memphis just obliterated them. It was like 140 to 103 was the final. Ja Morant is out for this game. I don't know what's wrong with that guy this year. I have no idea. Jaren Jackson Jr., Triple J. He is... I think he's questionable, guys. I think he's questionable. And he legitimately might not play. Everybody else looks good to go. Scottie Pippen Jr. is off the injury report. I mean, you got Scottie Pippen, Desmond Bane, Jalen Wells the rookie, Santi Aldama, Zach Edey, potentially Jaren Jackson Jr., Scottie Pippen Jr., Luke Kennard on the bench, Vince Williams on the bench, John Conchar on the bench, like Gigi Jackson, like really solid NBA players. This is a solid NBA team, even without Ja Morant in there. Like, I'm telling you, this just doesn't make sense that they should be getting 10 points against Oklahoma City. There's no back-to-back for them. I know they've been a mess in general, have the Grizzlies, especially on the road of late, but man, guys, I don't know. I can only look Memphis plus 10. I'm not going to bet it because I'm tired of losing money trying to get cute betting against Oklahoma City. It's like them and the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm telling you, man. I'm going to make my money back in the postseason on those guys. I'm telling you, in the postseason, they're not winning by double digits every single damn game. It's not going to freaking happen. But yeah, for the Thunder, Jalen Williams is out. The good Jalen Williams. Cason Wallace, he's questionable, I think it is. He missed last game too. And Aaron Wiggins is out. He's a pretty good bench player for them. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, cool. You got Chet, you got Hardenstein, you got Lou Dort, you got SGA, Caruso, Isaiah Joe. All really good players. Over, under, let's take a look. The Grizzlies don't play a lick of defense. 239.5. That's the other thing. The Thunder are like a huge over team. Kind of gone down a little bit, but they're still 55% on the year to the over. Memphis is 58% on the year to the over. See what kind of form over-under-wise the Thunder are in. They've been kind of playing under games. The last 2 games have been under. The last 2 home games. Last 3 home games have been over. I mean, that team can score 120 like it's nothing, guys. Like it's nothing. I lean over. Lean Grizzlies plus 10. Hate that game, man. Can't stand the Thunder this year. All right, next game up. All right, this one's going to be determined by injury situation. Lakers at the Bulls. I don't know. Luka didn't play the last back-to-back when he had to travel from Milwaukee to Denver. So I don't know. I mean, it's barely any travel at all going from Indianapolis to Chicago. It's really like an hour and a half bus ride, maybe 2 hour bus ride, something like that. So minus 3.5 are the Lakers, the road favorite. Over-unders at 239. And I'm mad at myself, guys. I'm mad at myself. I don't know why I got scared off the damn Bulls Denver over because Aaron Gordon and Jokic was ruled out. I was like, maybe it's a little less offense for Denver to get over this total, with Chicago. And nope, lo and behold, Chicago is like, it's our way, guys. It's our way. And their motto is, defense is optional, pace is mandatory. It's not that. I don't know if I made that shit up, guys. I made that shit up. And it's true. They've gone over like freaking 15 games in a row or something like that. Well, not 15 in a row, but like if I had to guess, like 12 out of their last like 15 games, they're like 12-3 to the over. Now they do have some injury situations here. Josh Giddey is questionable. Vucevic is questionable. Kobe White is probable. Lonzo Ball is questionable. So Lonzo Ball might come back. So Kobe White's been balling. Josh Giddey's been balling. Vucevic has been back. Like they all played the last game, I believe, and there's no back-to-back for them. They don't play Friday either. Let's take a look at the last game for them, like the minutes played for all those guys in the win at Denver. Let's see, 40 minutes for Kobe White, 36 for Giddey. Vucevic only 29 minutes. I don't think he left the game early. I think all those guys should be good to go. I think Giddey and Vucevic should be good to go, but you never know, guys. You never know. For the Lakers, let's see how many minutes they played against the Pacers in the win. And as you know, they just played this team on Saturday, March 22nd. They lost 146-115. They lost by 31 points. Game flew over, guys. Flew over. LeBron played 38 minutes. Luka played 38 minutes. Austin Reeves 36 minutes. Austin did lead the game and then he came back in, so that's something maybe he doesn't play. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Rui Hachimura doesn't play on the second night of back-to-back because he's fresh off an injury too. Lots of stuff to take on here, guys. But I mean, I can only look over 239. I think every single Chicago Bulls game should be in the 240s. Like their total moving forward for the rest of the season. They just played that fast, guys. They're the fastest paced team, I believe, in the NBA post All-Star break. They still have plenty of room to go to the over for the rest of the year. They're only 51.4% to the over right now, 37-35 on the season. They could go over every single game the rest of the year as long as it's under 240. Like honestly, Lakers are at 50% over under 36-36. So yeah, I mean. Over, guys. I mean, I don't see why it's not going over. And if everybody plays for the Lakers, oh, man, minus 3.5 for sure. I might even bet minus 3.5. I really feel like everybody's going to play, guys. And I do think that they get this win here. They're going to want to show Chicago. Like, yeah, it probably feels really damn good to beat Indiana at the buzzer like that. But, you know, I think they regroup. I think they come together and they try to, like, stick it to Chicago, guys. Next game, we got 2 games left. Houston Rockets at the Utah Jazz. Let's take a look here. Houston depth chart. We got Amen Thompson, Steven Adams. Everybody else is healthy. Thompson's questionable. I think he was a late scratch last game against the Hawks. Steven Adams is questionable. So I mean, they're good. They're healthy guys. They're good to go. Standings wise. For the Rockets, damn, they're the 2 seed, guys. And Jokic is playing tonight for the Nuggets, or last night for the Nuggets. It's still going on right now, but I'm talking as if it's today's Thursday, like I always do. Let's see what the score is. Did they win that game? Oh, they won, 127-17. So, yeah. You know, they definitely want the 2 seed. 2 seed guarantees them 2 rounds of home court advantage. Maybe if Oklahoma City gets upset and they have home court advantage in the conference finals if they get there, you know. Houston's a damn good team this year, guys. They want to win. They want that 2 seed, guys. They want that 2 seed. They have 2 games up on the Nuggets. They're going to want to take care of business, I believe, here at Utah. Utah has no damn motive at all to win right now. They've got blown out 3 games in a row. Lauri Markkanen's out. Jordan Clarkson, I believe, is out. Everybody else is good to go. This team used to play hard like 7 games ago, and ever since then, they're just like, ever since they got their home win and they snapped their long losing streak on the season and they beat Washington at home, they're just like, nah, we don't want to play basketball anymore. They scored 99 points, 91 points, 103 points the last 3 games, guys. Before that, 97 points, 102 points. Like, they haven't scored over 103 points except once in their last 5 games, guys. And they're playing fast-paced teams, too. They played Chicago, fastest team in the league. Played Memphis, another fast team. Cleveland, another fast team. Like, they can't even score 104 points. It's pitiful. Pitiful. Front end of a back-to-back as well. They play at Denver on Friday, so you already know they're going to be, like, all the starters, like Colin Sexton, who probably only plays like 20 minutes. The Jazz don't give a crap, man. In fact, let's take a look at the minutes here. Let's take a look at the minutes for Utah last game against Memphis. Yeah, see, I called this shit already, guys. Look at this shit. No one played over 30 minutes. They're not playing their best player. Colin Sexton only played 18 minutes, guys. They're purposely trying to lose the games. It is so blatant. So blatant. Colin Sexton is like their best offensive guard available right now. Maybe Keontae George. Keontae George only played 23 minutes. He only played 23 minutes, guys. Like, they're not trying to win. They're not trying to do it. It's just, that's what it is. Take note. Let's try to make money off of it. So, basically, with the spread, minus 12.5 for the Rockets, I can only look minus 12.5. Over under, I can only look Rockets team total over. In fact, I'm probably going to bet that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. 227 divided by 2, basically 114. 114 plus 6 is 120. Why would Houston not get to 120? And I believe they actually lost here last game. They played at Utah like 3 weeks ago. So a little bit of motivation here. Houston, this is the front end back to back. That's the only thing. Nope. They play at Phoenix on Sunday. They have 2 days off after here, guys. And they just lost against Utah on Saturday, February 22nd. So a month ago they lost at Utah, returning to the scene of the crime. I can only look Houston minus 12.5. Houston team total over. Next game up, last game of the night. We got the Portland Trailblazers going down south a little bit. Play Sacramento and the Kings. They are 6-point or 5.5 point underdogs. Totals at 225.5. Now, Portland's been struggling. They were covering a lot of point spreads, playing really well, and now of late they're just not doing it. Before the last couple home games. Like the other 5 home games or 4 home games, they covered all of them. So they play really well at home. When they play on the road, like most NBA teams, they don't play good defense. The other team plays, wins. It's hard to win on the road on the NBA, guys. It just is. Kamara is questionable. That's a big piece for them. He's a really good player for them. Jeremy Grant's out. He's been in and out all year, guys. No big deal if he plays or not. Everybody else is healthy, guys. Everybody else is healthy. Avdija, Klingon, Simon, Sharp, Scoot Henderson. They're all good to go. But let's take a real quick peek. I want to bet them over. I want to bet this game over, guys. That's what I'm thinking. No, they don't play until Sunday. So, on the road, their last 3 games, I think, went over. Before that, the last 4 games went under or something. But yeah, on the road at Golden State, 130-120. At Oklahoma City, they got stifled. At Boston, the game went over. Played well at Philadelphia. They covered a lot of point spreads on the road, their last big road trip, guys. Let's take a look at Sacramento's injury report real quick. Malik Monk is on there. Monk is questionable with an illness. I think he plays. I think he missed the last game, so I think Monk plays here, guys. I think Monk plays. Everyone else, Jake LaRivia, I think he's questionable. Not too concerned if he plays or not. But the starters are healthy. Man, I think this game goes over like pretty easily. I actually have a pretty good feel for this one. Kings don't play much defense, and they've lost 4 in a row. They don't play until Saturday. This has all been at home too. They won the first 2 games against Memphis and Cleveland. Then they lost on the second night back-to-back to Chicago. Had the lead against Milwaukee. They should have won that game, and they pissed that shit away. Then they lost the 2 best teams in the NBA in Boston and Oklahoma City. You know what? Man, I like this over a lot, guys. This is going to be a play for sure. I'm pretty positive about it. Over 225.5. Portland, Sacktown, over 225.5. I mean, these teams don't care. There's 10 games left in the season, man. 10 games left in the season. Portland's almost officially out of the play-in. Like, their season's pretty much done. For Sacramento, yeah, they need to win. They need to win to stay in the play-in. Doug Christie, the head coach, he's going to want them to get in. He's a feisty guy. He's going to have this team ready to go. It should lead to points. Portland plays bad defense on the road. This game's going to go over, guys. I feel pretty damn confident about that. All right, that's the show, man. Man, 8 games. That took a little longer than usual. So, yeah, there's going to be some good spots to make money today, guys. There's going to be some good spots. I feel pretty damn good about a couple games. So, follow me at Twitter at EasyMoneyWins to see what I officially bet. And, yeah, that's the show. Show some love. Drop a comment. Drop a like. Follow me on social media. Love y'all, man. Let's win some money.